Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic checker, microphone record. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Persistence of Time, we made it. Album number 5 by Anthrax. Okay, we're blasting through the Anthrax discography, although this came out in 90, so they put out a fair few records through the 80s. What can I say? In the comment section I've seen on prior records, a lot of people reckon this arguably might be the best Anthrax record, but it seems the fan base has mixed opinions on what the best record is. I guess it's all up for your own personal interpretation. With that being said, the first track is entitled Time, and what we're going to do is drop straight in. So this one goes out to Nick, who recommended this via the Patreon. One love, let's go. Breathe, breathe in the air. That was quite cool. Listen to that. There's a band called Cold World, a hardcore band, and they started a record off with that, and I didn't know it was a reference to this. It's called Refuse to Lose. Cold World, Refuse to Lose, yeah. Quite progressive in nature, to be fair with you. A little more of a storytelling aspect as opposed to just outbound thrash. So the Cold World thing was, I got so much trouble on my mind. Refuse to Lose. Great tune, to be honest with you. Guitar solo coming up. That was the first track of the record, Persistence of Time. A lot more of a mature sound. The production's good. Let me tell you, that wasn't my favourite sound. I thought that was an underwhelming choice for a starter track, although I'm hoping it serves as an introduction to the rest of the record as to where we get into some of the real riffing. Just that constant build-up stabbing. I mean, it was powerful. From start to finish, it was a powerhouse of a track, but it was establishing tension. And there was no climax, there was no release. Number 2, Blood. Let's keep going. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. A little bit underwhelmed at time. It felt like it was a build-up to something though. So let's see if we've had a lead-up into what I feel should have come. Blood. Let's go. Track 2 of 11. Persistence of Time, the full record. I got a comment to make. So somebody's made a comment saying the songs are a bit long. Couple of, a little bit of conversation in the comments. And Adam Person says, what, you're complaining that gave you more music instead of shortening songs down to what the people want? And BS 6 to 7 minutes is too long. I listen to songs that are 40 minutes to over an hour and a half long. Never gets old to me. 6 is an issue. Let me tell you, Adam Persons, you get to an age, or at least you should get to a degree of productivity where the idea of listening... Bro, I'd have to put a 40-minute song in my calendar to actually get around to listening. Bro, we can't be doing that nowadays. When I was younger, I used to like Dream Theater. I used to like prog, Porcupine Tree, Opeth, all this and that. A few longer length songs. I can't put a 20-minute song on. The amount of time I've genuinely got to listen to music in my days when I'm sort of going from A to B maybe, or if I'm in the gym, I'm not listening to a half an hour epic in the gym. I need something fast paced, something up tempo, something consistent to get me from A to B whilst lifting momentarily through like a 20-second burst. A prog tune isn't going to do that. And when I'm getting from A to B, generally speaking, it's not going to take me so long that I can get through 20 minutes, 30 minutes, let alone an hour of music. Adam Persons, I hope you're young, because if you're old, it's too long. It's too long of an investment just to listen to music, in my opinion. Personally, I like a 20-minute song broken into 4 individual 5-minute songs, because then at least you can establish some sort of cadence to your listening experience and, you know, continue on as a checkpoint, so to speak, in an album or something along the lines of that, you know? Come on. Come on. What are they doing, man? There's a more of a progressive element. There's more of a professional element. But like this riff, it just feels a bit, I don't know. I'd rather they got back to the standard style of riffing, to be honest with you. It wants the thrash, but it's not allowing it to. That drumming's hard. That stutter there. That was Blood. The drumming's really good. The drumming's really good, and the production's really good. Arguably, the songwriting's a lot better than what we've had on the prior records, but these guitar ideas are very odd to me. They've really progged it up in their own way. They've really progged it up. This is interesting to say the least. Track number 3, Keep It in the Family, coming up next, alright? Let's keep going. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget to rest now, people. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Anthrax, Persistence of Time today. Keep It in the Family is the title of this one. It's track number 3 of 11. Let's go. Here we go. Got that Cannibal Corpse tone. Here we go. Someone says Frank Bello is a bass monster. I always thought it was the bald guy with the funny beard. Mr. Ian whatever. Scott Ian or Ian Scott, so I thought he was the bass guy. Yeah, someone says heavy death metal riffs. Yeah, definitely. Someone says it's more groove than death. Someone says it's more thrash groove. Bruh, I think this is pretty death metal in all honesty. Come on. Yo, if you like riffs like this, check out a track called like Under the Wheel or something like that by a band called War Hungry. Alright? Hardcore crossover sort of vibe, man. Proper sick. War Hungry is the name of the band. Sounds a bit like the dude from Motley Crue. This song has saved the record. This song has saved the record. All this tune is missing is some gang chants. Need some gang chants. Come on. Huh. Ba ba ba. That was really good. That was Keep It in the Family. That saved the record so far. I mean, it's still sort of stuck to the formula as to which we've experienced in the prior two tunes, but the riff was just right. That was a heavy hitting riff. And when it went up a notch, tempo-wise, just as good. That was really good. I do think it was quite death metal-esque. Just the chug, the remnants of the heaviness that we allowed, you know, the mute to sort of create there. We've got In My World coming up next, track number 3. Hopefully we keep things moving from now. Track number 4, should I say, alright? There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Anthrax, Persistence of Time. It goes out to my good friend Nick, who's recommended this via the Patreon. Thank you very much, Nick. I might listen to this one and then quickly hit the gym. It's getting a little bit late, so I just need to tick that box and I'll come back and finish the record after this song. So this one's In My World. Let's go. Track 4 of 11. Here we go. Someone said Married with Children brought me here. That must be a television program or film or something. It's an Oasis song. That's what I know Married with Children about. Big Oasis fan. Must be a film or something. Christina Applegate.
They gonna put me in jail? Man, I'm already in jail. Don't they know that my life's just one big cell?
Hard. Someone questioned the artwork. What does the 12 mean? As you can see, it's actually some imagery there. I did, on the first track, I had a good look at the artwork and like the symbolic, you know, element to it all. Very interesting, very esoteric in a way. Come on. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Someone says Anthrax was so right-wing back in the 90s.
I'll fight the hand that feeds me, and I can give a damn if that hand needs me. I'll write it to leave me alone. Allow me for someone else, but it tells you the truth. You're weak, just another clue. I just want my life to do whatever I like. Yeah, it's a selfish need to have no responsibility, so I say what I'm gonna say. 'Cause I'm going to hell anyway. I'd rather be alone in my world. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Nothing touches me. I'm a walking razor blade. Face to face of fear. Face to face of death. Laugh when others tear. Hate when others laugh. In my world is cold. My defense is like stone. No one gets inside. 'Cause in my world I roam. In my world I love. And you'll always
Powerhouse of a snare drum.
pay your toll. No one gets inside.
Fantastic, powerful production on this.
'Cause in my world I roam. Yeah. At all that 13, my childhood was a dream. A full cloud nightmare, a sight unseen. My greatest fear as a kid, one which I always kept in, was to come up with ruin by my mother dead.
Here we go. Shred. Ba, 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 ba. Mad. That was In My World by Anthrax. Bruh, I didn't really like the first two tunes too much, but these last two tunes, In My World and Keep It in the Family, have been really, really good. Really, really good. We've got Gridlock coming up next, and I hope that we stay on the same vibe, purely as if we do, then this will be my favourite Anthrax record. If we continue on the way it's going. We've got Gridlock coming up next. Hold on. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. Persistence of Time, the full album. Track 5 of 11, it's entitled Gridlock. I said on the last one, if we can keep the same energy that we've had in the last two tunes, this is going to be my favourite Anthrax record. Let's go, Gridlock. Quite an anticlimactic build up there. Here we are. Da 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 da. The drummer is really grooving on this record, man. Come on. Come on. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba ba. That's a great riff. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Brilliant, brilliant. Ba 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 ba. Quality, very good, great riff. That we're keeping up appearances now. That was a great tune. That was a great tune. Let's keep on moving. Intro to Reality coming up next. 6:11. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Persistence of Time is what we're listening to. This one's entitled Intro to Reality. It goes out to Nick as always. Via the Patreon, recommended this, so if you're an Anthrax fan, don't thank me, thank my man. Let's go, shortest track so far. We've had 3 great tunes so far.
He just heard you offer the apology for all the money.
Chris says Anthrax were the most underrated band of all time. What would you say to that? It's a bold statement. It's an instrumental. It says the end is a transition to the song Belly of the Beast. This is the beginning of the second side of the LP. We're not going to listen to it as an intro, unfortunately, because I'm going to get to the gym after this tune and come back and listen to the rest of the record afterwards. Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba ba. Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba ba. Great triplets. Yeah, it really does run straight into the belly of the beast. So, on that note, I'm going to see you on Belly of the Beast. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have it flow from one to the other. Both need to stand by themselves. That was a cool break, as somebody says. Imagine that being on the flip side, side B of the record, and you flip it over, and we've gone from the heavy metal bonanza into a cool little heavy metal, you know, shindiggling. You know where I'm coming from. Get up, Chava. Belly of the Beast coming up next. I'll see you there, people. Hold on tight. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're continuing on through our journey. Anthrax, Persistence of Time. That's what we're listening to. Track 7 of 11. It's entitled Belly of the Beast, alright? The prior track was an instrumental intro leading up to this number. Let's jump straight in. Come on.
Without a heart, you tear the innocent souls apart. You shovel your conscience into the grave. You walk this earth without a heart. Your uniform couldn't be taken off. A tattoo burned into your flesh. No mind, no voice. These are your instruments of death. How could you dare to be so bold?
Someone says it kind of sounds like Maiden. I don't think this is a great song, by the way. I don't like the vocal melody. I just don't think it's that good, really. It's another one of them songs that we had like right at the start where it was just feels like it's building up to something, but it's not hitting it. what does that sound like? Dun, 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 dun. Is it a new metal tune of some sorts that I'm thinking of? That riff, that rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. I've heard that somewhere before. I didn't think that was that good, that tune. I thought it was alright. I preferred it to the more prog-esque things, but it didn't really go nowhere. It felt like we were just establishing tension. You know, some bands do this. We've listened to a couple of acts like this, spanning a couple of genres, but I wanna hear some degree of climax. Hopefully, multiple ones in one song. You know, a big chorus section. We didn't really touch on this. Got the Timers, got 1.4 million views, so we got a good one coming up here. Alright, let's keep going. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Anthrax, Persistence of Time is what we're listening to. This is track 8 of 11. It's devoted to Nick, who via the Patreon has recommended we listen to a little bit of Anthrax, alright? This has got the most views out of all of the tunes we've listened to so far. Probably the most on the record, so this must be a good one. At only 2 minutes 44, it's also the shortest, so that's quite an odd combination. Let's go.
Wake up, got another day to get through now. Got another man to see. Got a call on the telephone. Well, got a line with some paper. Sit down, got another letter to write. Think hard, gotta get a letter to write. Gonna ring it on the telephone. One on, gotta write another letter. No such thing as tomorrow. All we want, 2, 3, go. Got the top tick, tick, ticking in my head. Got the top tick, tick, ticking in my head. Got the top tick, tick, ticking in my head. Ticking in my head. Ticking in my head. Ticking in my head. If I tell you what I'm doing today, will you shut me out of my way? Someone else give me time inside.
It's like a skate punk sort of tune, innit? This has got to have been on the soundtrack of something like a video game, perhaps. I think that's what's pushed a few more views to this one. It's definitely got a different energy to the other songs, because it got straight to the chorus. And that just I reckon this was on something. Let's check the comments, see if we can find that out.
Oh no, I gotta go now. No time, try to get a watch instead. No time, never got a thing to wear. Gonna ring it on the telephone. Oh no, gonna ring it in my head now. No such thing as tomorrow.
Bro, it's a cover. Best cover ever. Are they on about the album cover or what? I think I've heard this song somewhere, but can never remember where I've heard it. It says Unga Bunga. The track is a Joe Jackson cover, almost totally owned by Anthrax. Joe Jackson. Bruh, Antisocial is a cover too. Antisocial was the best track of the last record. I didn't think an incredible amount to the last record. And I said, I'll give it one more point because of Antisocial, because that's a great tune. Bruh, if Antisocial was a cover, I might have to detract that point, in all honesty. Interesting. Bruh, Anthrax are selling the band via covers. the cover songs they're doing are getting the most views of the records. Mosh. Sounds like Maxwell Murder. Chicken in my head. I mean, it was fitting given the title of the record. Given it was a cover, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? I don't know the original song, so I don't know as to whether they've given them justice or not. If anything, I think it's quite bittersweet that the more popular tunes on these last two Anthrax records have been cover songs, so it's not actually been their own penned material. I don't think that's great, personally. I'm a big fan of creativity, and I know they made it their own, but still, that's just me. I'm being very critical, I do apologise, but these are how I approach these things. We've got Hate Red coming up next, alright? There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Persistence of Time is what we're listening to. Hate Red is the title of this one. It's track number 9 of 11. Let's jump in. Ah, it's Hatred. Hatred. Alright. I should have known, eh? Nice. I don't see things in black and white, I see things as wrong or right, so along the lines of that, eh? Pretty good. I want this to kick into like some fast bit or a heavy groove. With just the bass guitar. I preferred that riff to the I preferred the verse riff. I thought that was good. The drumming's really good. I think the drumming might be the highlight of this record. At the very least, the production of the drums. Fantastic powerhouse of a drum sound on this record. Really enjoyable. Let's keep on going. One Man Stands is going to be track number 10. I'll see you there, alright? Yes, now. Bless now. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Listening to Anthrax, Persistence of Time. This entire listen through goes out to my man Nick, who recommended it via the Patreon. This one's entitled One Man Stands, alright? Let's go. Track 10. Bro, check this out. Oh, he says rules. Joey rules the chorus, apparently. I thought he said Joey ruins the chorus. Anybody ever listen to Flotsam and Jetsam? Never heard anyone reference them. I've seen them for years now. Never ever listened to one song by them. Come on. Yo, on this note, as far as thrash and like crossover-esque is concerned, Eddie Leeway of the band, the New York hardcore band Leeway, if you're not into them, if you've never heard of them, it's worth checking out if you like thrash metal. He got I think he got put in some degree of care yesterday due to illness, which is a bit crap really, but with that being said, yo, if you like thrash metal, check out Leeway, man. Another catchy riff. Bum. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. That was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it fulfills the criteria we need from the band. It wasn't my cup of tea, you know. I think, and they've got one more chance to show off to me and show me what they're worth, but keep it in the family to like Gridlock. That set of 3 songs on the first half of the record, that was pristine. I wanted them to stick with that sort of degree. We got Discharge coming up next, and finally, alright, track 11. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're going to finish this record off. We've been listening to Anthrax, Persistence of Time. This one's Discharge. It's the last track of the record, track 11 of 11. Let's go. We're thrashing. Hardcore.
I hate silence 'cause it
You know what? Given the tempo of this tune, how it differs and how it's a little more just like in your face thrash metal, I'm surprised it hasn't got more views. 68k views this has got, way low in comparison to all the other tracks. Maybe it's a B-side, because this is track 11. Maybe this was a B-side that was like special edition or something. What do you think? I mean, this is the drummer's record, man. Drummer's grooving in that mid-tempo, just bopping, bopping, bopping all the way through the record. Somebody said, why'd you delete the old video? So perhaps it's got such low views purely as it was uploaded a lot later than the others. Like getting punched over and over and over again in a very positive manner. That was metal thrashing mad. Bit of a headbanger, that one. Drummer plays a lot when it comes to the fast thrash bits. Plays on the beat a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like a drummer to do the off beats. A little bit more punk to it, but here we are. I can't complain, can I? That was Persistence of Time. It was interesting to have a faster tune at the end. Like I said, almost felt a little bit like a B-side because it stood out a lot. As far as like, I don't know why you'd randomly just throw like a more thrashier tune there at the end, whereas the rest of it's been a little more mid-tempo Songwriter-esque, in my opinion. I know that the prior records were, you know, Songwriter-laden as far as structuring is concerned and whatnot, but each to their own. I'm going to do one last video. I'll give it my final overview. I'll rate it out of 10 and I'll see you there, alright? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY at KOTP TV. We just listened to Persistence of Time by Anthrax. It was recommended on the Patreon by my good friend Nick, so thank you very much for that, Nick. Where do we start? So, 11 tunes. No filler, which is good. One cover song, supposedly. Got the Time was a cover. Had the most views, which I think is bittersweet, personally. I don't like a band's like more popular songs being covers. I think it's a bit of a cop out, and it's a bit unfortunate for the band, in my personal opinion. I mean, at the very least, financially speaking, they're not going to be given the royalties, or at least they're only going to be given partial royalties because the songwriting credits won't be theirs. Record labels probably taking all the rest of royalties, owning the masters and the mechanicals and so on and so forth. So that's a story for another time. Production was really good. I think this record is a drummers album. I think the drums are the most prominent and special part of this record. The drum production was fantastic. I don't think the drum production could get much better, honestly. Really clear, really well panned, really prominent in the mix, without killing off the rest of the instrumentation. Riffs, for the most part, aren't necessarily riffs I would come up with, but I appreciate a few of them here and there. I'd say a third of the album's riffs were riffs I'd be interested in. Bass tone, great as always. Anthrax is really good with the bass tones and the sound of the bass guitar. Really good. A bass sound I really like. That rumbling, springy, bouncy sound. Really good. Vocals, not my favourite. Not my favourite vocals. Never have been. Like, let's be fair, we're 5 albums in now. Never have been my favourite vocals. Questionable melodic and phrasing ideas from time to time. Sometimes does pretty well though. Sometimes hits it out of the park. Sometimes is alright. But generally, not just this record, but the guy doesn't please me too much when it comes to the way he sort of puts his words forward. I think this album came to life from track 3 to track 5. Keep It in the Family and My World in Gridlock, I think, were 3 very good tunes, and I would have loved for the record to have kept that energy and that sound throughout the entirety, but we didn't really get that. Well, I say 11 tunes and no filler. Arguably, Intro to Reality could just be on Belly of the Beast, so maybe that was filler per se, giving it its own track, but it was substantial. It wasn't like a boring interlude intro. It arguably it is a piece of its own, so that's good. First 2 tunes, Time and Blood, very progressive, quite long in nature, averaging out at 7 minutes really. Well, first things first, Time, I think it was. So I had a parallel with another song later on. Established tension and didn't really go anywhere, and I'm not a fan of that. I want to hear peaks and valleys in the excitement of the music. I want to be taken on a roller coaster of experience. When it's just consistent and sort of like building up to somewhere and it never gets there, that's a big letdown to me. So I want to pleased by that. I thought by the end of this record, you know what? I think SOD, to me, are a better band. Honestly, and I'm not doing this review to put the band down. Like, I can see why people would like Anthrax, but there's particular elements I adore in thrash metal that Anthrax just don't give to me. I like the skank beats, I like the punk rock. I don't think, I mean, don't get me wrong, SOD's hardcore in it, so I guess there is punk rock influence in Anthrax, but I don't know. Not in the manner I like it, to be honest. What can I say, man? Trying to find the words to grasp. I said whilst I heard track number 3 to track number 5, if the record continued this way, this was arguably, not even arguably, this is most definitely my favourite Anthrax record, because I was that into that sound. But then it sort of dropped off a bit. I'm going to put this as a parallel to the 4th album, which I only found out Antisocial was a cover. I rated it 6 out of 10 because of Antisocial. I think it was 6 out of 10. But considering Antisocial was a cover, I give it 5 out of 10. Persistence of Time. I'm going to say it edges it a little. I'll give my first ever quarter vote. I'll say 5.25 out of 10, personally. There's nothing here that I'm going to return to. Apparently, this is the last album before they sell out, so to speak, or take a different turn. I just read that in the comments. Is that true? Because this was put out in 1990. What more can I say? I really like the artwork. Very symbolic. I would love to sort of make sense out of what I could see before me. I think it's quite captivating. So I don't know if we're talking the artwork too much, but it's a big component of the band. And it's actually a big component of the band's sound, because if you just sit here staring at artwork, which is what I do quite frequently when I'm listening to these things, it influences the colouring of the actual music and the brightness and the shadow of the music you're listening to. So I think it suited it pretty well. It was good. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to sign out. So I'll see you next time, people. If you want more Anthrax, let me know. More Anthrax. I might listen to a bit of Cradle of Filth now, you know.